This is a competency quadrant. The new competency quadrant is from SRS 79 and TechDoc 1757. This is about, so why I say that we are different, because number one is from this, start from this, not from this, but I think it's the same process. This is the quadrant one is competency related to the legal, regulatory, and organizational basis. There's a legal basis, regulatory policies and codes, regulation and regulatory guides, management system. And the second is technical discipline competencies. There is basic science and technology, applied science and technology, and specialized science and technology. The third competency is about the competency related to regulatory bodies practices. There's a general evaluation and assessment, inspection, investigation, enforcement, and development of regulation and guide. And the fourth is about the personal and behavioral competencies. There's analytical thinking and problem solving. There's personal effectiveness and self-management. There's communication, teamwork, managerial competency and leadership, and safety culture. This is quite key. And to develop the training needs, the first step is to developing competency profile, is to determine the regulatory function of each unit, determine the specific tasks, and developing competency profiles. And after that, we make a competency gap analysis to determining the existing competency levels, and to get the competency gap analysis from the existing and profile to compare, and we got the gap analysis and prioritization of the gaps and determining methods to fill them, to fill the gap competency. And we should done this process periodic review and assessment. This is Bapak structure. We already done analysis for the 9 technical units, because this is still process. We already get the competency profile, but we didn't get the existing competency. How we take the process? First is we defining the required competency. Education and Training Center make the SARCOM questionnaire and to distribute to all technical units, the 9 technical units. And unit management fill the questionnaire to make the required competency of their unit. And after that, after the unit management fill the questionnaire, ETC, Education Training Center, and unit management discuss and make an agreement on the required competency. This is the important process to get the competency profile. And the second is to define the existing competency. So Education and Training Center distribute the SARCOM questionnaire to all employees, and all employees did self-assessment by filling the SARCOM questionnaire. The result of staff self-assessment was reviewed and validated by management. That's Aris, you state this, Aris. So what the result about staff self-assessment? Next will be reviewed and validated by management. And Education and Training Center and unit management discuss and make an agreement on the existing competency. This is the important process too. If we want to have the data more accurately, maybe this is reviewed and validated by management. It could be spread to review and validate it by team, maybe by the team in the unit, and actually by the management, unit management. We want to maybe to be accurate, but it's too too long time. And the third is process is analysis the gap competency. The competency, we got the profile competency, then existing competency, we compare. So we, at this education training center, identify competency that still need to be increased. After we compare the profile competency, then existing competency, we got the gap competency. And from the gap competency, education training center identify what the competency still need to be increased. What this is current status, what we already done. This is to making general competency questionnaire, making a competency profile, processes of competency profile, self-assessment, verification of existing competency gap analysis. We already done. We have already. And this is a result examples about the competency profile. This is a competency profile for regulation of radiation facilities and radioactive material. You see this managers. Manager is like a subdivision or the deputy director. The level 2 is about the senior in the unit. And the level 1 is junior. And this is for inspection of nuclear installation material. This is for licensing of radiation facilities and radioactive material. And this is for assessment center of nuclear installation material. This is for emergency preparedness. And this is a result example for existing competency. This is for regulation of radiation facility and radioactive material. This is for level 2, which means the senior staff in the unit. This is for inspection of nuclear installation material. You see this? And this is for licensing of radiation facility and radioactive material. And assessment center of nuclear installation material, and last is part of emergency preparedness. For the example of competency gap, from the profile and existing, we got for regulation of radiation facilities and radioactive material. You see this gap, quadrant 1 and quadrant 2. This is for inspection of nuclear installation and material. That's quadrant 1, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. This is for licensing of radiation facility and radioactive material. This is a result of assessment center of nuclear installation and material. And this is for emergency preparedness. After we get the gap competency, we design training course based on the competency gap. Education and Training Center and all unit management will identify methods available to fill the gap. It can be training course, job rotation, recruitment, and etc. And Education and Training Center and related parties will design the training courses and organize them into training plan. It's like the acquiring competency and training course. We developing training course, we developing training material, produce the structural material, implementing the training course. The training course identified will be processed based on criteria the need for the organization, urgency for the organization, and conduct the training course in accordance with the training plan. We're making training program every year for the next year. After that, we evaluate training course. So, in the course evaluation by trainees and trainers, there's so many kind of evaluation of performance improvement by trainees, or maybe management feedback after the trainees back to the unit, to the organization, that management feedback, and maybe feedback from related parties. Thank you.